things. Day 2 of... Wait, hold on. I've forgotten what it was. Of the Farlands or Bust anniversary, 11-year Nostalgia-rama, fumble towards irrelevance, 2022, Day 2. Still raising money for charity up there. 3,104 and 0.2 apparently raised so far this year, this season, season 9. We're at 39,262 megabytes after yesterday. Got your woofs ready? I know I do. Woof! Woof indeed. Oh, hold on a minute now. I'm not right. I have the charity page open and it has a video. The video like playing, and I don't want that. My bandwidths. We were just talking about Comcast. My bandwidths. But yeah, let's continue on here. We did end up in a pretty nice area at the end of the last day. The day previous, and we made a whole bunch of boats. I remember that. We made a whole bunch of boats. What was the exclamation that I said I decided I wanted to start using from yesterday? Because I've forgotten already. I mean, I remember pile of pants. But then there was something we were talking about yesterday. I think it was related to the dogs laying, or wolves laying with sheep, or whatever the weird biblical horniness was getting on there. I did ask you to remind me about the armor. I should probably just do that. And I should make a shovel while I'm at it, I suppose. What do I need? I need a shirt and some pants. When was the last time we made armor? Somebody's gonna walk by here and be like, there's somebody just running around nude. And a shovel. Man, I really could have used all that iron that was in that last spawner that we found, but that also had a golden record in it. Alright. We're ready. Let's just do a quick screenshot here. For funsies. Because these are going to go up on YouTube. So I'm going to need thumbnails. I'm just going to add the image of Pinball Waifu over all of them as well. Clickbait! We did, right today, right this moment, get a donation from Capybara Cosmonaut. And they asked, if you absolutely had to Wampa, how would you Dampa? Is that a weird sex thing? Come on now, we're just, it's the first day here. Everybody, clean it up, will ya? I know not of what you're referencing, but I said it aloud, so I'm sure that was your intention, just to get me to say whatever that was aloud. Come on, Wolfie. Get these pigs! No? Oh, I got him. You're thinking of a Womp Rat. That's the Star Wars guy. I am over encumbered with boats. I mean, I guess I can make this shovel go away. Yep. How's Wolfie doing health-wise? Just fine. I guess I can turn these into sticks, even though I really need not for sticks. My inventory. Wing-a-dinga. Yeah, I mean that's a Ramway Parked thing. If I was gonna wing-a, that's how I would dinga. Alrighty, this has gone off the rails. Off the rails, I say. Let's do a little recap of yesterday. We streamed for like 5 hours. Found a couple spawners. The first two had single chests, and the last one had the golden record, so we had to abandon it. Wolfie took us down 3.5 hearts from a boat accident. We did fall into a little tiny hole, but it wasn't too deep. Lions laid down with lambs, that's the term. We did learn about that.
I think that you are the most fascinating character.
But today...
Not me. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
30 months. After a hiatus, I return.
I know a thing or two about taking a hiatus. Or 4. Cosmic Luck, 30 months in the sub-tub, and the first resub of the day, bringing us back up to 400 subs. According to the count there. Much appreciated, sub-tub. Or alternately known as Cosma Cluck. Whoa, Wolfie just wants to go check that out, I guess. Indeed. Come on, friends. I'm depending on you for topics of interest and talkitude. Yeah, y'all yesterday were talking about how, like, I should have followed through with that podcast idea. It does, here's a thought I had earlier. I did tell a lot of stories and say a lot of things over the course of Farlands or Bust, like the first 5 or 6 years or something, and it feels like in telling those stories, like, just this is my own just internal weirdness, like they stopped being mine. Does that make any sense? Like, I'm like, well, maybe I should just, like, retell stories or things that I've said from the first seasons of Farlands or Bust. But in, like, telling about that time I got arrested, or stories from jobs I'm sure I've told in school, maybe. I don't remember. Like, that doesn't... I don't know any of those stories anymore. They've all... When they got put down on the page, they exited my brain. So that's what I was also thinking about, like, maybe I need to, like, watch some old episodes, which I dreadfully do not want to do, just to, like, jog my memory. Just play an audio overlay. They'll never know. And then I'll just set it up with one of those anime streamer cartoons where the mouth just moves when there's audio. What are those called? Your VTuber, that's the one. VTuber. Wait, what does that mean? Like, what is V? Virtual? Virtual tuber? Virtua boy? Video? Does it mean video? Because I would protest that I myself am on video right now. But yes, virtual, I'm sure. It seems... is where the nomenclature comes from. You'd be none the wiser. I mean, I did. One of the things I do look back on is the early decision I made to make a vlog and show my face. I wonder if that was a good one or not. Because there is something to be said for just letting whatever imagined persona be what people interpret you as. Then people would ask for face reveal each stream, and then I would be like, no. I mean, just because people ask for something doesn't mean you gotta do it. I mean, the etho approach, the lock-picking lawyer approach. The bucket head approach. I don't know what that is, but sounds right. We would miss so many years of good beard. But you would also have, thankfully, missed so many of the bad. A dude that plays guitar with a KFC bucket on his head. Okay. Well, I mean, now you're just going on, like, the Stig, like, he doesn't talk. That is a very different thing. I mean, like when you listen to like, a radio host, DJ or whatever, like, you only know them from their voice, and then you might, like, see them in person, and you're like, oh, that's not what I expected you to look like. It's the maintaining of what people expect you to look like as a positive, as like a... Not necessarily from the mystery aspect, but... to, like, let people imagine whatever they want, just based on how they interpret your voice. But alas, I did not do such things as these. Although I did resist Facecam on Twitch for quite a while. And still consider. What with all the problems we just went through before starting today. Tin! You did it! We're at 311, 311. $3,113.11. Thank you very much, Tin. Have you ever considered going to an air museum or air show? I've more than considered. I've been to both. I went to air shows when I was younger with like my dad. I lived near an airport when I first moved here to Washington, and I went to like, it wasn't really an air show, it was just like a airport show. I mean, like they did have some planes flying, but it really wasn't like a, here's some stunts and it was more like an open house, and there was an old air museum there. But then I've been to the actual air museum, the history of flight, the future of flight. Well, I went to the future of flight. That's at the Boeing factory. Then there's the other one near the airport. I think it's just called the Museum of Flight. Yeah, I've been to that one many times. We went with Cone and crew when they were in town for one of the PAXs. And then I went with the girlfriend when they had Apollo 11, the Apollo 11 exhibit there. They have cockpits that you can sit in. Not only have I sat in a cockpit, I've flown a plane. That's one of the stories. That's one of the stories that I had that no longer feels like one of my stories. I don't know how old I was. 12, 13. Went to an air show, and one of the things they had was the FAA young aviators, or it was like some young aviators, club group, whatever it's called. Where like if you were under a certain age, you could take a airplane ride in like somebody's Cessna. And I went, my little sister went, and then some like random third kid were all on the plane. And because I was the oldest one, I sat in the co-pilot seat. And like this was back when I was super duper into airplanes, and I wanted to be a pilot, get a pilot's license, so it was very intense. But then like we went up there, and then he had me take the controls and like do a turn and then like follow a road. The pilot had a heart attack and Kurt landed the plane. No, I almost had a heart attack because one of the problems, because it's never easy with Kurt. One of the problems that I had is my headset kept cutting out. I think it just had a bad connection in like the plug, but I didn't want to like touch anything. So like he told me to like take the controls, and he was like telling me things, but I stopped hearing him. And I'm like, what is he saying? I don't know. I can't hear him. And then I'm like, I can't hear you. I was like yelling at the top of my lungs, even though I think he could hear me. It was just, I couldn't hear, like, my headphones weren't working, but my mic was working. And then he like fiddled with some things and jiggled the cable, and I could hear him again, but then it like happened again. And I didn't repeat myself. Remember that whole
How's your hole?
bear.
Do you think at some point the game will become too choppy?
Is it not already too choppy, Harvey Birdman? Thank you for 9 months in the sub baby. So yeah, that was my experience. Flying a plane. I think at some point it'll be too choppy. I think the next rollover floating point will be pretty significant because it's going to be double what it currently is. So it's going to be half a block. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, yeah, half a block. That might be difficult, and we might have to implement the floating point fix. Just never walk diagonally. But even walking this way, still significant. I would just have to start walking like this, and it'd be fine. The double precision directive. The double precision procedure directive. The double alliteration. Makes you seasick. Blech. Well, don't look when I'm in a boat. I don't know what that'll do to you. Look at the horizon. Just like when you are seasick or motion sick. Just keep your eyes on the horizon. Looks fine. It's fine. Keep your eye on the Forza horizon. Whoa. Hello, pallet hands. You did miss the farlands. We're on our way back. Ah, dang it. I fell out! Dang it! The ocean is going to end right here, probably. All that work for nothing. Ooh. A rift in the ocean floor. Ah, all right. Oh, okay. Thank you, Wolfie. That is not how it works. The jitter, the terrain jitter, is a separate issue from the farlands. So the farlands are at 12.5 million blocks. The next jitter will be at 8 point something million blocks. And then that's the last jitter increase, because then the one after that is at 16, which is well beyond the farlands. And that'll be a full block off, and that would be something. That sure would be something, wouldn't it? Right. The floating point has to do with the number in binary. So it's not like a number that makes sense to our brains, to our human base 10 mathematical brains. Key Sky broke the curse with a $10 donation. You see yourself or the girlfriend. Oh, wait, what? Hold on, I gotta reread this.
Look at
Oh.
us. Hey. Look at us.
ZLK
Look at us.
Octane,
Huh?
though.
Look at us.
57
Say it again.
months.
Look at us.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a block off when I'm having a hard day. Happy 11 years, everyone. Oh.
Everyone, oh, thank you very much. Subtub, 57 months. I'm just having a block off kind of day. Key Sky, do you see yourself or the girlfriend or yourself buying a new car? New or recent through a dealer, I guess, in the near future. I don't know about new, but like it is kind of something that's been on our minds. And I've brought it up a few times on Rain When Parked, the podcast that's on YouTube. But the girlfriend's car just passed 100,000 miles. She's not particularly happy with it in general. And she does feel like she kind of wants something slightly bigger for her outdoor work and commuting to school and summer job and things like that. Well, that's the thing. Her car is 6 years old. So, it's been a rough 6 years. So I mean, in concept, I'm like, oh, that'd be nice. Like if we found like a not brand new but decent like Forerunner or I don't know, Pathfinder or like an all-wheel drive van or something. But then it just becomes like, well, then it's gonna have to be older, and it doesn't feel quite right to like just like safety wise also like to move from a car with 2016 safety to one with like early 2000s safety. And also it would be like swapping a car with 100,000 miles for one with like 200,000 miles or something like that. So yeah, it's one of those damned if you do and damned if you do things, because like, oh, like used cars are worth money now, so like we could get a decent amount even with 100,000 miles for either of our cars. But then on the flip side, used cars are more expensive now, so it would just be a wash to sell or trade in one of our cars for a different car, because the different car is going to be that much more expensive as well. Yeah, mine, what did mine, I think I'm approaching 60,000 miles. Or am I already past 60,000 miles? I don't remember. And it's 2015. Get an electric bike. I don't think an electric bike is going to do too well on the interstate for a 40-minute drive where she has to go to school. America. So like, yes, no, maybe. I mean, like, she wants something to like be able to like camp in and stuff. I don't know. It's also kind of like we don't have the bandwidth to undertake such a search. Would you consider electric car? I don't think she would for her stuff because, like, just this past weekend, she had to drive somewhere 3 hours away and back in a day. I don't think that would make the most sense. But I would. I have nothing against them. But that's the problem, is that they're not the right price. Like, Toyota and Subaru have their own fully electric crossover looking thing. I'd be like, that'd be fine. But then, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I've said this many times before on Farlands, Robust, and elsewhere. Like, I personally believe for us Americans, like, gas should be expensive. But it's tended not to be because various what are those called? Subsidies and whatnot. Thank you. So, like, yeah, I mean, you saw, like, when was it, like, super high before? It was, like, after Katrina. Like, all the gas prices went up to, like, gouged to, like, $6 an hour. An hour? $6 an hour? That's less than minimum wage. A gallon. And then you saw everybody was getting Priuses and hybrids and things like that. And then it dropped back down to $3. Because, like, the gas companies were like, well, they'll pay $6. We're not going to go back down to $1.99. Why would we do that? $3. And then everybody's buying big diesel trucks and SUVs and not carrying. And now it's back up again. I need a bed. We're going to see more of a shift back towards MPGs. Not that consumer vehicles are the driving force of global warming or anything, but that's what they'll have you believe and blame yourself for. I mean, it's a significant part, but not by our own choice. So yeah, I mean, I say that knowing full well, woo, that gas prices. Knowing full well that, like, higher gas prices only hurt, like, people who are already struggling, and, like, well, now I can't afford to get to my job. Oops, I lose my job. Oops, now I'm homeless. You know, like, that's the people who get hurt. But it's the oil companies that get the subsidies, you know? So it's a bad thing, but there's always a but. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of the many I don't want to call it an internal struggle, but just kind of like an internal struggle. Like being into cars as a hobby and having the 280Z that gets 18 miles to the gallon. I'm not driving it every day. I haven't driven it in like over a month. And then trying to rectify that against the pollution, global warming, price of gas, etc., etc. But no, I don't think I. Oh, it's a floating elevated hidey hole. it's a buoyant hidey hole. Etc. etc. Couldn't have said it better. Well, that's one of the things you should watch. My recommended YouTube channel from the last episode, Climate Town. He has a good video on, I think it's called How the Auto Industry Carjacked or Hijacked the American Dream. Basically how, like, public transportation, streetcars, and those sorts of things were a major thing until the auto industry bought the public transportation companies and ran them into the ground and shut them down to make way for more cars on the road. Added to the list. And like GM was the only one who like got caught for doing that anti-competitive stuff, and they like got fined literally $1. And then, you know, how you built highway systems through cities, but only through the neighborhoods where people with different colored skin live. Push them out. Ooh. Real positive, uplifting, not at all frustrating things to learn. But yeah, the electric car thing too. Was that another one of his videos too? Yeah, I saw something else. I didn't watch that documentary. But yeah, I didn't realize that like GM made that electric car, but only leased them. So that when they killed the emissions bill, they just took them all back and crushed them. Because nobody actually owned theirs. Well, we don't gotta worry about that pesky environment now that the law didn't pass. So yes, the weighing of those, I like cars as like aesthetic and hobby items of interest. However, they're pretty frickin' terrible. And the people who make them are as well. Ooh. Well, this is just a bad idea. Wolfie! Ah! Similarly, there's a lot of, like, car culture that I can't quite... I mean, I'm sure that's the same with, like, any hobby or interest, that there's, like, always a kind of a toxic or immature or hurtful aspect. Just like yesterday, I heard it near the end of my stream, but even like as we were eating dinner, there's a group of people who just go around and do donuts on the public roads and in intersections. And then when they get too much attention, they go to the next intersection. So it was just constantly engines revving at their red line and tires screeching noises all throughout the city. And it's just like, really? Really? And then we heard a series of gunshots, so somebody apparently was fed up. But yeah, it's just like stuff like that, or the diesel lifted truck people, and I mean, like, aesthetic choices aside, like, okay, I'm not into Stance Nation, I'm not into big 22-inch rims or anything like that. Like, that sort of stuff is like, whatever, everybody has their different tastes, but like the actual, like, street racing and you know, removing emissions equipment and driving like a jerk and etc. etc. I just had somebody today. I was at a stoplight. It was red. Somebody pulled up in the left turn lane next to me. When it turned green, they sped out in front just to get in front of me because they didn't want to wait in line behind the 3 cars that were behind me. I'm like, good job. You made it to the next stoplight before me. Well done. Anyway, and I thought I didn't have anything to talk about. Boy, when there's something negative to talk about, I can go on and on. I mean, I've had people like stop at red lights and then just decide to go while it was red, just because they like had enough of waiting. Like, they didn't just blow through the red light. They stopped and then went because they're like, well, this isn't for me. Multiple times around here. I don't know if that's like the way it's getting everywhere or if like it's just where I'm at. Yeah, I can't do anything but just like laugh. Okay, have fun, I guess. Don't kill anybody but yourself, hopefully. Maybe they're thrill seekers. No, I think the word is sociopath. I believe that's the word. Like, the belief that you are the hero of this story called your life and the world around you. Like, don't get me wrong, I also don't like red light cameras because those are just money grabs. And like, you're never catching any of those particular people with those sorts of things. You're catching people who might have rolled too quickly through a right turn or got caught in a yellow light or something. But anyway. Right, Wolfie? Oh, you took some damage back there. Let's do that. I can't believe I went through all those boats I made. Oh, am I going the right way? Yes. So yeah, I don't know. I even consider there might be a time where I like am just not into cars as a hobby anymore. Like it might just be like, I'm good. Just like astronomy and bird watching. Look at that cloud. Blink, blink, it's trying to tell us something. Morse code. Another good screenshot. Jitters. The jitters are floating point. Erosion. Thank you. So yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly have like a favorite electric car. I would probably, I mean, I wouldn't be able to afford a Tesla, but I would probably not want a Tesla. Got too much Musk residue on it. Beats not bombs.
Jitter me timbers.
Jitter me timbers. Thank you for 6 months in the subtub. Subtub. I mean, I did hear good things about the RAV4 hybrid. Like, it's actually pretty powerful with both the hybrid electric engine and the regular engine. It's got like 250 horsepower or something like that combined. Oh dear. This is dangerous. Let's go faster. We did it. We did it, everybody. Woo. And now we are trapped in this canyon of our own making. No, wait, there's an exit. Neat. I'm not gonna linger though, because stuff's gonna spawn in the shadows. Oh. Okay. Neat. Oh, it's 302 horsepower. I misread. Yeah, I don't know. Or like the other issue I think is that now automakers are coming out with like fully electric vehicles, but only to qualify for the EPA or Californian miles per gallon requirements. Because that's something Mazda did. Mazda came out with a fully electric car that they're only selling in California. They're only selling 300 of them, and they only have like a 90-mile range. But somebody did the math, and those 300 cars bring down their fleet's average miles per gallon, or puts up, or whatever the law in California says, like to the exact amount. Like they're selling like specifically like 307 or something like that, just to qualify for, you know, being able to continue to sell cars in California. I don't think that's what the Subaru thing is and Toyota thing is. Maybe it's a little bit, but that seems more like a serious electric. That's the thing. The girlfriend has a Mazda. And like they make an okay looking car from the outside. From the inside. It's not good. The interior is very not good. It's claustrophobic is what I could describe it as. I don't like driving her car. New 3 has very tiny windows. Well, yeah, she's got the CX3 or 30 or whatever it was called when she got it. It's just that, it's just, yeah. I mean, that's one of, if not the main reason I honestly picked Subaru. Is because, like, I feel like they kind of put a priority on, like, visibility and being able to see. Even with all the laws with giant A-pillars and door cards and stuff like that, they've figured out how to make it work. I feel like a bunch of car company executives are in my chat. Kia makes the best EVs at the moment, with a wide range and excellent build quality. Click this link to find out more. I'm sure I have it like because I'm not in a position, certainly for a new car. I have no idea what's happening with cars. Like, I don't know what anybody has out there that's new or electric or whatever. I only like saw a headline about that RAV4 hybrid. They did make a Crosstrek hybrid, but it was pretty underwhelming. Then at the same time, my cheap Midwestern brain is like, well, I don't need a new car. I could just buy some old 90s car for $7,000. And then I'm not having somebody manufacture a new car and all the emissions and waste that goes into that. I'm reuse, and reduce, and recycle. Dang it, I'm stuck. Stuck in this grove of trees. Smooth as a monkey's uncle? I don't think it was smooth as a monkey's uncle. We're still trying to figure out what the exclamation was. It was definitely a replacement for pile of pants, like when something bad happens. Freemarble.com. It wasn't that. Tearjerker, I know, was a thing. But that was just a funny thing. That was like the thing that made me laugh the most. What do you think of Toyota Celica ST20? I am not into cars enough to know what you're talking about. Like the numbers. Like, I know that my Datsun is an S30. I know that my Corolla was a KE30. But I like when somebody's like blah 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 27 FJ106. I'm like, is that a motorcycle? The 4-circle headlight one. I like Celicas. Celica is probably, if I was going to get another fun car, I honestly, that's probably one of the only, that and a Prelude maybe, would be the only like front wheel drive varieties that I would consider. I mean, I like the 3rd gen Celicas. Those are still rear-wheel drive, the Angry Butts. But is it the 4th gen? They're a little bit more like 80s, 90s before they turned into the circle headlight guys. Weren't they? Wasn't there a pop-up headlight guy with the same circle headlight body? See, like, I'm sure knowing all these numbers, that's probably the ST22. Main issue with the Preludes is it's always leading to something more. More Hondas. I don't think I've ever driven a Honda. Anything. I don't think I have. The most unreliable car he'd ever driven? The Celica? It's a Toyota. In my searching, Kurt said, I was not aware. Simultaneously live and in yesterday's stream. Piff puff, piff puff, piff puff. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's too early to be thinking about new cars. I mean, I kind of like, I just want like a pickup truck. I'm very enamored with just simple 2-door regular bed pickup trucks. Like the ZK's got me on a Mazda B2600 or whatever kick. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, is certainly wouldn't be able to avoid a Toyota pickup. Would I need 4x4? Probably not. Would it be nice? Probably. I also think the girlfriend would need something more than a pickup. Unless we got one with like a topper. But is that something you'd want to like camp in? Hey, I like a Baja. I would Baja. Ha ha ha. It's just they have the same problem as the Outback XTs and things that I like. Is that the engines. The engines! The head gaskets. The rod knockage. Head gasket? People camping Outbacks. I even like the, I mean, even a better choice would be a Leonard Bean one. Not only could I match by wearing my Leonard Bean ensemble, but the LL Bean has the 6-cylinder, which can have head gasket issues, but generally doesn't, like the EJs do. EJs, is that right? See, I don't even know the engine codes. And it's a timing chain and not a belt, so you don't got to worry about that. The only issue is that they never made those with a manual, which I'm okay with that for a daily driver. So I've got a Craigslist search for those too. My biggest issue with them is that they all come with the cream colored leather interiors. Because it's LL Bean. And I'm like, ugh. Not only do I not like leather interiors, if I was gonna leather interior, I would want it to be black. Don't timing chains need replacement too? Not usually, unless something catastrophic happens. I mean, I'm surprised to learn that the Crosstrek has a timing chain. Generally, something else will break before a chain does. Unless it's an Audi. If it's an Audi, then yes, the timing chain is a problem. Spooky noises. What does a timing chain time? Only time will tell. Explosions. Is timing chain same as timing belt? It does the same thing, but belts are rubber, obviously, or some form of braided nylon, something or other, and a chain is like a chain on a bicycle that goes through sprockets. So yeah, some engines have timing chains, some have a belt. Belts, you don't have to keep lubricated like a chain, but they're more prone to wear and tear over a shorter period of time versus the chain. Some have a lube belt. I'm sure they do. I'm kind of speaking with my own very, very limited knowledge here, so feel free to correct me. I mean, I know you were going to anyway, but... yeah. Tensioners, the problem... I did like the Audi Allroad, the like kind of Outback wagon looking thing, but the problem those have with the V8 models is that the timing chain will break the teeth off of the sprockets. And then the only way to fix that is to completely remove the engine, because the timing chain is on... not on the front, it's on the firewall side, so you can't even get to it. So, like, that's a very big deal. Like, well, might as well throw the car away when that happens, sort of thing. And, like, I've seen, like, pictures of it, and it's very German. It's very, like, a very complicated timing chain. I mean, as opposed to, I mean, the reason a lot of the Toyota 4-cylinders, like what was in the Corolla and what's in the 4Runners and pickup trucks, are all very simple timing chain engines, and you don't have to worry about belts snapping and things like that, as opposed to the Porsche 944, which you better be damn sure you know when the last time that timing... Oh, we're out of beds! Timing belt. It's got a timing belt, and it's an interference engine, so if the belt breaks, your piston hits the valve and kablamo the engine. So also liking Porsche 944s, I'm very well aware of that. Fun times. Yeah, I think the SVX... Did the SVX? I don't know. I think the SVX had a timing belt. I just never, like, knew about it. Or, like, bothered to check anything with it. I got lucky. You're not really selling internal combustion engine cars. Let's see here. Uh-oh. I needed wood. I'm fine, though. Alright. Round 1 of day 2 of March 7th is complete. Farlands or belts. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, let's go to sleep, back up the world, and continue when we're done with that. Classy. Where are we at? Ooh, that's a number that repeats itself a few times. 39339. Megabytes, that is. Alright. I'm doing this manually now, because I almost accidentally unbacked up yesterday from the backup. Alright. I don't really need a break right now, do you? I didn't drink any tea, so I don't have to go to the bathroom. Overwrite older files, please. All right, hamster dance. Who's ready? Who is ready? Sorry, to continue. Cracking my knuckles. You got your borks ready? Your woofs ready? Woof! He's poking through the grass there, his paws are. It looks like eyes. Like the grass block has eyes. Cartoon eyes. Humor. Let's go. Alright. Did I... okay, I already made a pickaxe. Grab Wolfie and continue west. I need trees, so good thing there's some over here. Wolfie, jeez. Hello. Ah, that was it. Tamagotchi on a road trip. Sweet Tamagotchi on a road trip. I will never remember that when the time comes to have some sort of exclamation. But that's pretty good. I don't know anything about Citroen. We don't get them here. So I don't know who Citroen Amy is. And like I said, all of my all of my car knowledge is very of a tangent. Just very surface level, if that. Tiny EV car. I mean, I do need, that's one of the things, my gas light is on. I do need gas in the Subaru, so that's going to be fun. Although we do have some tribal owned, careful Wolfie, gas stations around here, which don't need to add on the tax. Makes it slightly cheaper, so go to one of those. What's the price of gas in your country? I don't know what it is around here. I mean, I did see $4.99 at one of the traditionally more expensive gas stations I passed by. That was like yesterday too, so who knows what happened. Don't know. I don't drive too much. But then sometimes when I do drive, we drive to Oregon, you know, for a weekend. For $1. I think we are old and out of touch, everybody. We're talking about the price of gas and groceries. We gotta keep it youthful and hip to keep up with the needs of Twitch. Heating oil is way up. Well, it does kind of it does kind of match the actual oil prices. How about them TikToks? You know. Isn't that how that song goes? You know, you know, you know, no, 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 no. Throw it in the dumpster. Boats, more beds. All right. The lack of topics are on you. Only you can prevent dead air on farlands or bust. Carry on with the old person money on gas prices. UK petrol is equivalent to $8 per gallon. Right, but it's different. It's called petrol. It's a different product entirely. Spookies? Spooky noises. CNET told me I would buy an air fryer, then I bought an air fryer. You've been marketed to! Ooh, that was loud. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, what was some crazy advertisements? Like now that we're watching Star Trek and Picard on Paramount with ads, I'm like seeing commercials for the first time in like a decade. Some weird, wild stuff. Trying to think. There's one that's like, what are they trying to sell you here? Like a lot of it is like medicine. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Yeah, there's like... I don't remember what it was now. It was like on the same realm as like Manscaped, but like something else. God, I don't remember what it was. Ineffective advertisement. Clown college. I'm not gonna fall for that advertisement. I can't really remember. There was some like life insurance, and their slogan was "Life insurance so good they're gonna want you dead," and it's like an advertisement where like the kids and wife are trying to kill the husband. Like seriously, and then they were like, "No, but seriously, that would void your life insurance. Don't kill anybody." I'm like, okay. What year do you finally think you'll reach the farlands? Will you stop playing Minecraft after? Some would argue that I'm not playing Minecraft right now. And I might somewhat agree, because I certainly am not playing, like, the current Minecrafts. I get asked that many times, and I never have an answer. An answer? An answer. I don't have a plan. Oh god. I don't have goals or a schedule or anything like that. Are you gonna walk back? Are you gonna walk to the corner? I'm pretty sure by then I'm gonna be pretty done with the situation. I don't think we have to worry about me walking back or somewhere else or trying to reach the next floating point. I don't know. I hope by then I found like another game to do something equally ridiculous in. Kind of like playing desert golfing, except that is kind of like intended to be that way. Like that's the point, is that it's ridiculous to try to continue with thousands and thousands of holes of golf. That this was never the intent for Minecraft, I don't think. Are there a set number of holes? There weren't, but then the dev changed it so that there were. I think there's like 10,000 holes. But yeah, I don't think I can say anything to what I would do next. Because yeah, I mean, like, there's like No Man's Sky, but like even like that again is like it's not real, and it's also not like it's almost intended. I mean, the guy mentioned Farlands or Bust in an interview before the game came out as like a ridiculous thing somebody could do in No Man's Sky. So like that never appealed to me as like a similar endeavor. But I mean, like, chopping a planet in half in Astroneer, that's fun. You can deny that one. That's good to deny. You gotta watch your spelling. That's the lesson to be learned there. Oh no, it did both. Well, should it not do them both together? I should probably like disable that because it's only gotten worse somehow. I thought I like turned it on its lowest setting already. We're talking about the auto mod. And it was fine for a while. It was bad at the beginning, and then we tweaked it, and then it was fine. But now it's bad again. 7 Days to Die or Bust. Oh god, I tried that game. Did I try that game? I thought I did. I might have never, like, recorded it or uploaded it, but that's just a bad game. That's just a bad video game. Ooh, Kaylee figured it out. It's decent now. I don't believe it. Does it still look like it's a Half-Life mod? Like a Half-Life 1 mod? Remember you playing it and you had trouble with the flying monsters. I don't think that's 7 Days to Die. That 7 Days to Die is a zombie game. I don't think there's flying zombies. Unless there are. In which case, I don't care, because I don't like the game, but... Yes, there were bees. Bees! Bees? Why were there bees in the game? I know there were like wolves or dogs or something. This was like 10 years ago at this point. Yeah, it just was like aesthetically unpleasant. Like similarly, Ark. When everybody was getting into playing Ark, it's just aesthetically repulsive. And I don't see how, short of reinventing the entire game from scratch, it could have been improved. The Farlands dog, aka Wolfie, has not died. Nor have I. He's vanished. But we went back and got him. Ooh. Aha. I found a path. So you remember me playing 7 Days to Die? Did I like stream it or something? I really don't remember. Like I remember like trying it and then just being like, why do you guys like this game? Maybe it was like one of the many Mindcrack we're starting a server game times or something. We did just see that the save file passed 39 gigabytes. In the next few days, we're going to pass 40 gigabytes. And I do back it up every hour that we're doing a live stream here. Well, yeah, the problem, I mean, problem is a wrong word, but the thing you have to understand about Good is that he makes friends with everybody. And a lot of the time, those friends are making video games or like starting some sort of video service or some sort of gaming adjacent product or whatever. And in doing so, that like becomes his life. Which again, problem is the wrong word. It's just like his personality, and it's worked well for him. But like, yeah, he always like gets to know people very well, and he got to know the 7 Days to Die developers very well. And the God, I have their T-shirts still. Game, like before, like subscribers and bits and things was a thing. There was a service that did that for Twitch streamers. Game something. Game. I wear the T-shirt to bed because it's a fine T-shirt. Speaking of bed, I just made a bunch of beds. I mean, I needed them, but I wanted to make boats. Like they had a booth at like PAX's, like before Mindcrack had a booth, and like they're the ones who gave Good the idea to get a booth for Mindcrack. Not Game Wisp. Was it Game Wisp? Is Game Wisp a thing? It was Game Wisp. Okay, yeah, they had like the logo with the little yellow things. Yeah, so like, just like really, like not just like, you know, like he ends up going to their wedding and stuff like that. I don't know, just like makes very good friends with these people. I mean, same thing with like the Extra Life people too. I think he knows very well, and that's one of the reasons why Extra Life has been a constant. Yeah, I very much believe that 7 Days to Die is that. Free coal. Oops. There's many other things. I can't think of what they are now, but if there was anything that like the whole of Mindcrack was into at some point, that's probably why. Like, they're doing, like, a new thing. Like, not to, like... what's the word I'm looking for? When you're, like, imagining without actually having information. What's that word? Postulate. Speculate. Thank you, Green Herring. Lying? No, I know when I'm doing that. But, like, there's, like, some, like, buy me things and send them in the mail wish lists service that, like, a lot of people are doing. But, like, Good was the first I saw. And it's, like, this new service. And I don't know if that's the case, but I'm willing to bet that Good is good friends with the CEO and founder of whatever that service is. And it's fine. And like I said, it's working out for him. It certainly has done him better than whatever I'm doing. Oh, what was the one? There was one of the crate things. There was definitely one of the crate things that they were doing very well with. But then, like, ooh, spooky noises, crate things. But then, like, their friend got fired or something like that, and like that cash cow fell through. Again, nothing I ever partook in or profited from, because I was not of that friendly persuasion. Minecraft ghost. I mean, it was also the people who were doing the Minecraft marathon, like the production company. I feel like he was good friends with, but then the company got bought out and they decided not to offer their services to us anymore. I need a reverse loot crate for every month crap gets removed from my place. That's pretty good. That, I mean, I think that's called a personal made service, I think is what that is. Sort of Hoarders Anonymous. I mean, you're not wrong. I have, like, clothes that I don't wear, but that are still nice. That, like, seem too nice to just give to Goodwill for free. That I probably should, like, sell on some sort of marketplace or eBay or something. Like, but then you think of, like, the effort required to do so. How much is your time worth versus the $20 you're gonna make from selling this old pair of jeans? Yeah, there's thread up. The girlfriend uses one of those services. But like once every like 3 months she sells something and has to like send it. Pileofpants.com. Hey, that's my idea. I'm the entrepreneur here. Bah. I don't know why I decided to just make a bunch of boats right there, to be honest. I saw the sheep and I was like, I should shear that sheep, but then I put down my workbench and was like, well, I might as well make boats. The mind is a mystery. Like, is it available for sale? Speaking of collecting things that you never use. Domain names. Yeah, we couldn't think of a, like, actual, like, nickname or whatever to refer to her as, and we didn't want to use her actual name. Somebody would do that. Who uses their actual name on the internet? I think somebody from chat or something recommended, why don't you just call her the girlfriend? And then I posed it to her, and I'm like, I don't think that sounds right. She really enjoyed it, so it stuck. Pileofpants.com is available? Oh no. Not anymore, though. Pile of pants. Send me your pants. Pant recycling. We take pants and we turn them. What can you turn a pair of pants into? A backpack. Straps. Pile. There's got to be some upcycling use for pants. I mean, true, there is the European definition of pants, which might not be what we're after here. This is a brainstorming session here. Murder! Denim is recycled into insulation. That's what that food service that I was using for a while. The insulation that they used for the box with like the ice to keep it cold, to keep the food cold, was recycled, like shredded up denim. And they were like, just throw it in the trash. It's biodegradable. It's just cotton. I'm like, okay. You can tie the bottoms and make flotation device if you're lost at sea. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I honestly think that's what I'm thinking of. For some reason, I'm considering somebody wearing pants around their neck. Pile of jeans. A mansion of pants.com. Yeah, I stopped using that because it very quickly got repetitive. And also, yeah, those services just generate a lot of trash. And they're like, with the like ice gel, they're like, you can just put it down the sink. I'm like, really? It's water soluble. I don't know about that, guys. This feels wrong. No, I always threw it in the trash. Whoa, sheep friend, be careful. Baka? Posting links. I gotta make Banka a regular on Co-bot. Why did I get that tree? I didn't need that tree. Hey, Kaylee.
Kaylee042 gifted a tier 1 sub to Bonka Paws. They have given
Thank you very
160
much
gift subs in the channel.
for doing my job for me. Hey, that too, Kaylee. When I only have one moderator. And it's not even me. What was the link? Now I don't know what the link was. I had like 2 people try to post a link at the same time, and one of them was Baka. Trouser blockade? Trouser blockade. What's trouser blockade? Why do I want that? I mean, pile of pants actually has some history here. But trouser blockade? Well, wowzer trouser. Pickleboy.com. Didn't we do this yesterday where we were coming up with funny 2-word alliterations for something? Have we are we truly just strapped for ideas? Yeah, combat cow and battle bovine. Uninformed undulate. Wolfie, don't be up here. I guess. Whoa! I knew that was going to happen too, and I just let it. Won't get. Ooh, yeah, that's another thing. Like, being into cars is also having to justify the fact that Jay Leno is also very much into cars, so that's another that's another thing from that earlier conversation. Have you seen a hostile mob in a while? I mean, yesterday we didn't. Yesterday, one of the days or was it during the episode? We fought a skeleton that came out of a cave. Yeah, lots of peepers. Oh, there was the creeper yesterday that surprised us. Yeah, I mean, we'll sometimes see something burning in the morning or whatever, but... Oh, yeah, the spider followed us into the spawner and then became mad at us. We murdered it. We're so nostalgic here about, like, the last 4 days. When we have 11 years to consider. Like a meteor hit. Kablamo. It's pretty neat. Put up a sign. No. If we put up a sign, every neat thing we see, we will never get anywhere. I was considering putting up a sign, like, before the day started. I don't remember if this is the thing I did last time. But that just seems redundant and unnecessary. I mean, we did retell the story about when I flew an airplane. I'm pretty sure I must have said that at least once in Farlands or Bust. I'm actually pretty confident that we did, because I'm sure one of the questions at one point was, would you ever, like, get a pilot license or something? And then the tale was regaled upon you. I mean, didn't, back to that old chestnut about gas prices. Like, I've only seen the headlines, and so I know little to nothing about the details. But wasn't there, like, a study, which means it needs to be, like, confirmed, but saying that, like, ethanol is actually more greenhouse causing than petroleum gas? So in that way, the 280Z is more economical and better for the environment, because I use ethanol-free gas. Ooh, lava. I mean, there's also, I keep getting a YouTube recommended of, what's his name? Engineering Explained has a video about it, but again, I don't watch YouTube videos anymore. To decompose the plant matter into ethanol, which itself releases a lot of CO2. But foreign oil. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that's subsidized to death is farming. And, like, the reason we are responsible for crippling Mexico's farming industry. Wonder why there's so many migrant workers. Because we put them all out of work on their own farms. By making it cheaper for their country to buy our corn and wheat than to grow their own. Most things are our fault. When you look into it. Whoa! Look at this thing! Look at this funny little platform. Oh, I thought it was like connected. I need to connect it because that's much better than it floating. It's teetering. All right, I gotta do it. I know it ain't natural, but haha. Oh, Wolfie, yeah, sit down there for scale. This is gonna be our thumbnail. Oh, dang. Gotta get a good angle here. Gotta get Wolfie in the shot. Dang! They're too majestic. Hmm. Alright, here we go. How do I do this? F2. Hey, Wolfie. Hey, Wolfie. Hey, Wolfie. Hey, Dinkus. Nerd. Dorcas. Bumpus. Weenus. Hey, that's his name. Art. Oh, dang. I need a wider angle lens. I can't see Wolfie from up here, but... Can't change the FOV in this version. Meh. Meh. Oh, careful if we don't get... I should probably not make the elevated hidey hole here, but I should make it in the shadow. Oh, I could make one of my famous panoramas that I will forget to make. Boing. Maybe there's a better angle on the other side. No, there's too many trees. Well, that's just funny. So we would have had to put a sign down for that. Ooh, this might be good. Wolfie, do not come up here, though. Okay. Ah, that tree's in the way. Alright, we've had our fun. We've had our fun. Can't see it. I don't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about corn. My corn syrup. Test failed. Ugh. Ineffective advertisements. Here's a question. Did everybody who's my Patreon who expected and was supposed to get a postcard get a postcard? I should probably ask that in the Patreon Discord. But there was some confusion, and Patreon is still a big old pile of pants when it comes to actually being helpful about providing mailing information to those who need it in a proper, usable format. Not gratis, not yet. You are definitely on the list. Like, that your label was definitely printed and attached. I'll have to consult. I mean, it's been a considerable amount of time. Ooh, right in the water, Wolfie. Oh, gotta go this way. And I'm thinking of starting an email newsletter. I can't even get proper mail delivered properly. I expected to do electronic mail.
I just don't think there's
Mamatsky?
anybody better. Really? You got it. You got it. Hey, thank you.
The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Nerd. Thank you for 42 months in the subtub. Mamatsky. Oh God! How did that? Oh, I think I was encased in a cube of ice. It growed around me. It growed. Is that a word? I knew it was wrong when I said it, but I was gonna let it go. You know what I mean. Formed. Froze. Unthawed. It's grewed. Clearly, it's meese. Grewed boulder fist. Ah. Ooh, excuse me. That's fine. That's normal. That's part of the show. Good evening. I don't know why I'm continuing to walk at this vertical wall thinking I'm going to easily scale it. Or maybe I am. Oh. But it was a mistake. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I knew that was happening. Similar feeling. Weirdly balanced objects. Bowstripe, thank you for the $30 donation to Rad. Do you budget a certain amount of money to spend on your car yearly? Surely a repeat question, but today is not a creativity day. It never is around here. You mean like the Datsun? I mean, not that it matters, but no. I don't ever budget anything. My budget consists of feeling guilty for spending money on anything that isn't necessary, that isn't like food or housing. I mean, I should, but I don't. Also, I know what I want to do and what needs to be done, and I know what those things cost. But then I don't do them. Like, I've already, like, included that in, like, oh, that's going to be the price of ownership. Like, for instance, the exhaust. Instead of getting, like, a full exhaust on, I just bought 2 pieces of pipe for $15 and put it where the muffler once was. And I'm just dealing with the noxious fumes I'm breathing in every time I drive it. However, I immediately bought a new radiator. Just because I have bad history with radiators. Yeah, I'm very strange in that way. But then I'll also, like, have fits of, like, bad idea time and just be like, just buy this, and it's like $600 for, like, the new bumpers that still aren't completely on and definitely were not a priority of things I should have done. I mean, like, the same goes for, like, stuff for this. Like, I know I said I should just bite the bullet and buy a new graphics card, the 3050 or whatever the cheapest, the lowest one is. I can afford it, like a one-time expense like that, but I'm still gonna mull it over for weeks and weeks and weeks until finally I just get frustrated of thinking about it and then just like, blah, do it, blah, blah. Yeah, no, I mean, I know what I don't want to spend on the car. Like, I know that, like, I definitely don't want to spend more than what I could possibly get for it. Which was kind of how I approached the Cavalier, or the Cavalier. I mean, the Corolla too. I'm like, I could make it really cool. I could put like a faster engine in it. I could lower it. I could swap the rear end out. I could redo the interior. But at the same time, it's a third gen Corolla. Even with all those things, that would just be money down the drain. Sorry, that was my hands. Can your Twitch streamer do this? Yeah, I'm very reluctant about. I'm even reluctant about like saving money and putting it in like my retirement account. It's like, I don't know. That's money I'll never see again until I'm like 70. Do I really want to do that? But I'm not doing anything with it now. I don't go on extravagant trips. Definitely don't go out to eat ever or go on parties, or I don't drink or do any other expensive addictions. So yeah. I mean, then on the flip side, I go and look at a Datsun 280Z and buy it the day I found it. So ooh. I'm wacky crazy like that. But then I'm also holding on to a pile of pants that I can't wear, but I'm also not selling, but they're just sitting there because I feel like they're too expensive to get rid of. Ha! Bing! The brain. Truly a mystery. Let's go to sleep. Let's back up the world. Let's take a break, because I do need to use the restroom. I wasn't ready. I clicked the button too soon. Snoring noises, snoring noises. $39,410 megabytes. We might make it to 39,500 today, and then that would match my estimate. That's 4 days before we reach 40. This doesn't matter. This is all stuff that doesn't matter. All right. Segment the third of day 2 of Farlands or Bust of Nostalgia-rama. Fumble towards irrelevance. 11 years, 2022. Itis. Let's start right where we left off, shall we? Get your woofs ready. What was that? Woof! Wolfie was ready. Wolfie was ready. I mean, I'm here. I might as well grab some sheep. Indeed. Right before we went on break, we got another donation. This one from Doc Gratis. Where's my postcard? No, Oh, I didn't put a thing. I gotta put a thing. Do you ever feel like you're being watched? No, never. Isn't it odd how sometimes our eyes or brains get confused and think that you see something that isn't there? I think you should see somebody about that. That's not normal. Like out of the corner of your eye, what do you think it is? Biology of being aware of predators? Random nerve misfire? I don't know what you're talking about. I do see things, but they're usually actual things that I don't know what they are. Like, I'll see a car go by out of the corner of my eye, and I'll think it's something like closer or like in the room, but I'm like, oh, that was just a car going by. I mean, at night, when I'm sleeping or just woken up or trying to sleep, my mind will sometimes do an annoyance, and I'll like see somebody standing in the doorway. It's just a weird arrangement of shadows at the time of night or whatever, but that'll freak me out for a half a second, and my heart will drop to the basement. And it will take me a good while to recover from just that hazy sight of somebody standing in the doorway. Timo Warner says that they see reflections in their glasses, and then they duck. And y'all are telling me that you get used to glasses, yet you're out here ducking and reacting to reflections off of them. Like that sort of stuff isn't going to happen while you're driving a car. Slam on the brakes and swerve. I don't know. Still think it's all a big scam. Spectacle scam. No, but I don't think I'm like frequently seeing stuff out of the corner of my eye. I mean, to answer your first question, I think it's weird how you can sense somebody looking at you, even if they're like behind you. That's a weird thing. How does that happen? Is that just like a random happenstance? Like you happen to think somebody is looking at you, and somebody is? Confidence. Is that an evolutionary thing? And how does it even work? We can feel the eyeball moisture on the hairs of our back of our neck. Are you not gonna... Okay. How about now? There he goes. I am good on stuff right now, I guess. Famous last words. Yeah, I don't fully know. I guess it's not as frequent a thing that I've ever needed to consider it. Like, I do think it was weird that for the years I didn't own a dog before I got Juno, I was still used to having a dog and, like, watching where I stepped or, like, trying not to trip over an invisible dog that wasn't there. And now even more doubly so with cats, since they constantly are trying to step in front of you and murder or be murdered. You ever tripped over an invisible dog that was there? Well, let me tell you how I scraped up my shin. Yeah, that's weird to me. I mean, also, like, if you've ever been on, like, a hike, if you've ever done a long hike on, like, uneven, rocky terrain, and then that night going to sleep, you feel yourself, like, slipping on the rocks still, while you're just laying there in bed. That's weird, huh? That's my new podcast idea. It's called That's Weird, Huh? Where I just pose these questions and then explore them none further. I did watch a SciShow episode, speaking of never watching YouTube, about, like, it was like SciShow brains or something. Ecology or something. But he was talking about, ye old green brother was talking about, like, the feeling that you're in a dream, but you're awake. And, like, everybody gets that, but then it becomes a problem if that's, like, a constant thing, and there's a word for it, like, it's not disassociative, but, like, some sort of reality, whatever, something is wrong. And then they were like, oh, maybe this is perhaps a way for your brain developed to, sorry, that chicken was funny to me, to, like, protect itself from trauma, is that it, like, makes you think it's a dream and not reality. But then I'm like, I don't think I've ever experienced that. Like, I don't think I've ever been awake and have thought that something wasn't real, or like it was a dream. So I'm like, is that a problem? Is that like the opposite problem. Like people have it too often where it becomes like a chronic problem, but like never having it. Right, sleep paralysis. Hey, speaking of nostalgic, we had a few episodes that really resonated with the Farlands or Bust crew about my sleep paralysis experiences. That I feel is the opposite. That is a dream feeling real. That's the reverse problem, not real life feeling fake. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, is my brain not protecting me from trauma? Because it's not. Everybody feels that every once in a while. Do we? Are we supposed to? But then it's all it's one of those things where it's hard to describe a feeling. So maybe I do, but I don't. The way Hank Green described it in this SciShow episode was like not good, and like so yeah. Is your color green the same as my color green? How would we know if we both call it green? I mean, yeah, is it, that's the other thing I talked about. In addition to sleep paralysis was what I've come to know as Alice in Wonderland syndrome, where, and this hasn't happened in adulthood, but only when I was a kid. More frequently when I was sick, trying to fall asleep in bed. Definitely still being awake. But everything seems 10 times further away. Thank you for that one, Doc Red. That auto mod really doing the work there. The yeah, where like everything, like the walls, it seems like pushing the slider up to Quake Pro mode, but like in real life in your real eyeballs as a 7-year-old kid, not knowing what the hell was happening. And it was completely separate from sleep paralysis. That's a completely different thing. But yeah, it was, that was a thing I remember early internet reading an article about, and then like in the comments everybody's being like, oh, is that what that is? I've always had that and never knew what it was, and I thought I was the only one who ever experienced it because nobody ever talked about it or described anything similar. And if I told somebody, they would say I was just dreaming. Like, no, I'm very much awake. Exploding head syndrome, yes, that I've experienced as well. And then, of course, yeah, sleep paralysis. I don't think sleep paralysis really happened when I was sick. That just, and that can still happen sometimes. But I've learned to, like, fight it more. Now that I know what it is. Like, much to the chagrin of the girlfriend, because fighting it equals, like, Screaming? Not screaming, but making a noise that would release me from this hell dream. So that's a fun new tidbit for you about Kurt J. Mack. He used to wear boxers and briefs, and he screams in his sleep. So yeah. Brain's weird. And potentially broken. It was the deja vu stuff too that got me. Which also could be a sign of something more serious. But I never had checked out. Devil Wolfie! God, thinking about all this is actually giving me a headache. Shut up, brain, or I'll stab you with a Q-tip. I wonder if that's normal. Well, not like the deja vu I was getting was like very serious and like it was just like very intense, and I could like feel it approaching, and then it would just get worse and worse and worse to the point where multiple times it would lead to tunnel vision and dizziness. Although I don't think I ever like passed out, but there is associations between that and seizures. Yeah, which is not pertinent. I do have a family member who recently and kind of abruptly has started suffering from seizures and have described the exact same symptoms that I've experienced. The deja vu, the dizziness, tunnel vision. Spooky noises, spooky seizures. So that's kind of like, uh-oh. That could be hereditary. That was what I was, a while ago, I was like, somebody talked about getting like an MRI for a study, and I was like, can I just stick my head in there really quick? Just right next to yours to have them check it out too? Just a 2 for 1. Make sure. Need that wood. Well, there's your problem. You got 2 brains. And one of them isn't even in your own body. Come on now. Bloop. Fun times. No, well, no, more the sensation of deja vu has correlations to seizures. And I was just saying that my deja vu would often get severe enough to cause tunnel vision, lightheadedness, and like sweating. Of what I've read in the studies they've done, like not like the kind of like, haha, this has happened before, but like I'm living in a time loop, like that sort of deja vu. The same sort of brain activities they've been able to observe are the same as those with epilepsy and seizures. I still get Bonka, you get Alice in Wonderland. I found somebody. Yeah, I don't anymore. Like, that's good, but it's also not. I kind of want to just to, like, analyze it better. Like, better than the 12-year-old who last got it could have analyzed it. Huh, interesting. Is it when you're sick? Yeah, it might have, yeah. Like, it was definitely when I had a cold. Or, like, yeah, super tired as a kid. I mean, that one's weird just because it is, like, an actual, like, change of your, like, eyeball perspective. Like, everything you know of becomes not right. It's like, the world we observe is really, like, all we can take with our inputs, and then suddenly that changes, and like the vertical hold on the television is off. Hey, you gotta be really old to know what that means. It's freaky when I'm driving. Oh god! No, you pull over. I mean, I only had it as a kid. I stopped having it, but I only had it when I was, like, in my bedroom. So I can only relate it to, like, my bedroom walls and, like, furniture and the window, how far away it got, and... Ah! Boats. Splash, splash, splash. Oh, Wolfie, please let me break the workbench. Ah! What's the estimate of reaching the farlands? What's today, Monday? Yeah, probably like 10 or 12 years. The last time we checked progress was literally a year ago. A year ago yesterday. Because that's when FLoB-a-Thon 2021 ended. Do you think someone could catch up to you without cheats? Have I got news for you, Harvey Birdman 2 ends? There is at least one person who has. That I know of. That I don't know about others. And I only know of it because people wouldn't shut up about it. And they still don't. There was a group of them who were racing each other there? Was that from the same guy? The same kilo guy, whatever? I thought I had a bad username. I think he did it in the overworld. It was like one of those things that like the first in 2020, like the first lockdowns happened. So I think this person like was out of school or out of not working, and so they streamed it on YouTube like every day for 2 months. Which fine, like whatever. Like that's not my thing. That's not this series. That's not my bag, baby. This is a slow run. Oh! He also didn't have a dog. Ooh, free iron. Maybe we should. What? Hungry. I don't know where the girlfriend is. I didn't think she was going to be gone this late. Does this mean you've lost the Guinness record? No. I mean, the Guinness record is for the longest journey in Minecraft, not the furthest. Oh, I don't know. I think somebody did say that they have a 2021 or 2022 edition, and I'm still in there as a blurb. Yeah, I have not heard from those people in a couple, 3 or 4 years. Usually they would be like asking me for an update on the number, but they took back their frame. They didn't let me keep the frame. I still don't have the frame. I got the... They sent me an updated certificate, but I never found... It's a weird size piece of paper, too, so, like, I can't just buy a frame off the internet or from Michael's. Spooky, spooky. Yeah, it was funny because I met oh, what's her name? Firefox? OMG Firefox? At one of the PAX, not PAX, TwitchCon, the TwitchCon I went to. And she also got a Guinness World Record for having like the biggest female Twitch channel or something. And she was like, yeah, they didn't let me keep the frame either. They just have one frame that they bring to every photo shoot. That frame has the Guinness World Record for being the only frame capable of holding Guinness World Records. Ah, come on. Can't get this gold anywhere else. Frames, please. Ooh, pyramid scheme. Ooh, buddy, we haven't had one of these just big old empty plains in a while. No ferns or nothing on the ground, just flat grass, a few trees. Now this is classic Minecraft.
I almost swallowed that nut.
Asks cashier, do you have any frames for Guinness World Records?
Frames for Guinness World Records. Yes, just very casually ask that at every store I enter. I know that is true. Guinness does sell a frame on their website. That is something I later found out. But it's like $50 or something like that. That is how they get you. We just told everybody how frugal I am with my spending. That's gas money. Take that money and not put it in my retirement account. Let's see here. I mean, ooh. Well, I guess I'm going this way. I was gonna take a boat over there, but I didn't think that was worth the boat. Frugal. But I see what's happening here. We gotta investigate it. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, Wolfie, good lord. Oh, God. Oh! He's fine. He took a lot of damage, but he's fine. Oh, man. Yeah, I know. That was a distance you just fell there. I tried to get you away from there. Good lord. Alright, now you stay seated. What I should have done was hit the water. Yeah, that was quite a little tumble he took. What a dingus. Alright, now it's safe for everybody. Including the zombies who live down there, who are now drowning to death. Good gravy. Alright, let's go this way. That sheep stuck? That sheep is stuck. I will free you! I am Mr. Magoo. Saving all the animals. I can't believe we fell down that thing. Hope somebody clipped that. I don't know who Mr. Magoo is. Who am I thinking of? Who, like, talks to animals? Mr. Doolittle. No, Dr. Doolittle. He didn't go to school for 10 years to be called Mr. Doolittle. That's what I was thinking of. Doolittle. Alright, well here's the other side. Since we took quite the detour to save Wolfie's life. Kind of neat. Only kind of, though. Yeah, he sure fell all the way down there, didn't he? Well, now this is a situation where it's bad that animals aren't spawning. I could use some more pigs. Oh, jeez. So now I, like, don't want to take any chances with cliff edges. Cows don't drop meat. Sorry to inform you. These aren't eating cows, these are battle cows. Plenty of sheep spawning. Is there mushroom stew in this version? Yes, but I don't think wolves eat it. I think wolves only eat bones and pork chops. And I don't think they gain health from bones. I could be wrong on that, but I know amazingly little about this video game. Oh, they're just tamed by bones. Oh, once they're tamed, they go boneless. Boneless buffalo wolves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure cows only drop leather in this version. And chickens' feathers. And eggs, I guess, if you wait long enough. Feathers. Feathers. Found a pig. Oh, jeez. What are you looking at me for? Kill it. Oh, my God. Well, that was a net zero situation. Oh, that pig was dry. Negative net. Net zero cellular. I mean, I guess by that account, I should probably fill this half a heart that I'm missing as well. Have to be extra careful. We are going north a lot. Oh, pig. Pigs. Plural. Got him. Pigs, plural. Is he still? Maybe. Yes. Dogs, man. You can eat one of those, can't you? Ooh. Wolfie. What? I can eat one of what? A pig? Yes, I have and can. Oh god, be careful, Wolfie. Whoa! Whoa! Where did that come from? Have a seat. I just ate that, didn't I? Oh. I didn't mean to, but I did. I meant to make Wolfie sit. Oh, man. I didn't want him to fall down here. It's like that comic that I like so much that I printed it out and found a frame and put it on the wall. I mean, I didn't print it out. I bought it from, like, their DeviantArt. That one. More pigs. I think because we're like deviating left and right, left and right. Remember FLoB lunch breaks? Remember lunch breaks? Ooh, buddy. One more bet. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Spooky noises. Spooky noises indeed. Zero pink sheep so far. If you're keeping count. And I know I am. Everybody's tired. Ah. Infinity says, when I am trapped... when I am traveling long distances in current versions of Minecraft, I keep losing dogs getting out of render distance before I cross a lake. How do you avoid that? I don't know how it works with the current versions. But, like here, I keep steering my boat towards at least one block of water, because then the wolf will spawn. But yeah, I know like the oceans and stuff are much bigger, so it might not be as possible to do that. But yeah, like keeping close to a shoreline. I mean, that is... There are still 5 wolves somewhere out there that I first tamed with the wolf update. That I crossed an ocean too vast that they never spawned again. And we were fine with that. We were like, good riddance to those 5 wolves. Right, I think they asked multiple, like, wolves. True, if it's just a wolf, you could sit it in your boat, I suppose. If that's something you can even do in the new version of the game. Definitely a spawner. But I don't see it. So it doesn't exist. I still think that sound clip was a little bit too long. But thank you, thank you. I did disable text-to-speech, though, for it.
Oh. I almost swallowed that nut.
Okay, sorry, I clap shorter next time.
That one, however. Boy, I sure hope that golf clap sound doesn't have a content ID on it. I mean, I think we already would have figured that out with the golf videos that are up on YouTube.
Minecraft. Ride the pig.
Clapping sounds.
Clapping sounds. It will never get old. I mean, there have been cone moments that could be new alerts, but I feel like I gotta stick with the classic.
I almost swallowed that nut.
Here is the sound of one hand clapping.
Ooh, that's
KL.
formatted wrong. Oh, that isn't. That wasn't cone, that was good. And I think I might have gotten rid of that in favor of the Minecraft sounds soundboard. Oh, iceberg! Suddenly, right ahead! I mean, I think I had it as like a... Okay, Wolfie, I'm never going to be able to get that if he ever dropped anything. I think it was a sub alert.
I almost swallowed that nut.
Hard to port. Iceberg missile.
Missile. I mean, I've thought of making, like, getting a sound clip from Ace Combat of Missile, but the voice does it perfect enough as it is. Well, this way. Or not. Was there a pull-up? Or was it like terrain or something like that? Altitude. I think it was altitude. Was the alert from the game, right? Another neat little mountain is there. Oh.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
That one's a good one too. All right, let's go right here. Strong arm. All right, let's that's spooky noises. I suppose I should make now a year later some sort of a key or a cheat sheet for what the bit alerts are. The soundboard. Oh, I can't smelt my iron. I don't have enough cobblestone. That's a shame. Alrighty then. So today, Wolfie almost died. We saw a weird floating platform tower thing that we had to complete. What else happened today? We rehashed some old topics and story. Thank you. Some old topics and stories that we've covered in Farlands or Bust episodes from eons ago. And we determined that pileofpants.com is available for purchase. I'm doing everything in my power to resist obtaining that domain name. Yeah, I do appreciate it. I also appreciate all the donations. We're up to 76%. 76%? 76%. I can read. $3,183.11 raised for Rad. We're going to continue tomorrow, I think, with more Farlands or Bust. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. It feels weird to do this when I'm like awake, but there's no credits, so you'll have to pretend. Oh, we might be short. We might be short of our 40 gigabyte goal in 4 days. It might be by the end of the week. 39,484.74 megabytes.